Hey everyone, welcome back to a super quick tutorial on how to build this awesome mangrove home in your Minecraft world. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the actual video. Okay, so here are the measurements for the build, just so you know how much space you're going to need. Now, as you can see, it is a smaller build, but it will be a great addition to any size build or structuring that you would want to design, whether it's all by itself or in a village of some kind. Now that the measurements are complete, you'll want to begin building the base with mud brick and stack those 3 high. This will give you a good looking foundation, and you'll see towards the end how I added some packed mud and granite blocks for additional details. The next step is to add mangrove logs to the left and right sides of the build, spacing them out 3 wide. These gaps will be used for additional detailing as well as adding much needed windows. Now once the mangrove logs are placed, you'll want to use spruce stairs and place them upside down facing outward from the build and also facing the other logs. This is to give the second story a layer of depth, and lastly you'll want to place grass blocks on those 3 wide openings. Now that you've taken care of that, take your mangrove logs and have them face outwards from the base. From there, you will want to stack some stripped dark oak along the corners of the base and where the mangrove logs are. Now stack these stripped dark oak 5 high and add 2 center supports to the front and the back of the build by stacking those 8 high while also filling in the layer along the base with the same material. Now it's time to fill in the second story. Do this by using a mixture of diorite, calcite, and white concrete powder for the desired look. You can simply use one material, but in my opinion, having multiple materials really adds to the atmosphere of this build, and it might look fairly bland without them. You can use whatever materials you'd like. I prefer to use the lighter ones to really give it a pop of color, but other colors such as grays or even oranges might look very good in this type of build. Now you can prepare the roof. Take barrels and have them jut out at the top of the stripped dark oak. After that, take some jungle wood plank blocks and begin by placing 2 upside down stairs at the corner moving towards the center. Add some slabs as well to give a more varied look. Now from there, place a stair right side up, then 2 slabs, then a full block with a stair on top of the full block. Now place another stair for the next part and then center it off with a full block and stair on top. Repeat this design for both sides of the roof and then complete the back roof siding to give you an outline of how you need to proceed. Once the roof outline is complete, take out your spruce stairs again and place them just as you did at the base. Place them upside down and facing towards the stripped dark oak. You'll want to do this on both sides of the build. At this point, take your mangrove planks and it's time to fill in the roof. Now obviously you'll want to follow the outline and simply place the stairs, slabs, and full blocks where they need to be. You can also slightly change up the design by occasionally using full blocks instead of stairs or vice versa. You'll see how I did this in the final walkthrough, but it's truly up to you, and go pretty much as crazy as you want on this roof design because it's extremely versatile considering it's a simple rectangle. Now, once you have the roof completed, take some dark oak wood and fill in the empty space above the second story or the attic area. The darker color really adds a nice contrast to this build and it will make it stand out for you or any visitors that you may have. Now, after you use your amazing skills at using a gradient for the bottom, begin building the single story outcrop by using the same materials. For this tutorial, I simply used some mud brick, packed mud, with a hint of granite, and I didn't really change it too much, but you will see a little bit of a difference in the final product. Now build up this section 4 blocks high and use the same roofing material as before. Begin with a basic triangular roof using jungle wood plank stairs and then fill it up using mangrove stairs. Also, do not forget to place some stripped dark oak wood with 3 gaps along this side of the building as well. We want to keep it uniform and we want to keep it all looking very similar while also adding a little bit of a height difference to give us some perspective. Now that the structure is pretty much complete, take some oak trapdoors and place them over the grass blocks. After this, you'll want to add some mud brick walls in front of your stripped dark oak, and then use spruce fencing all the way to where the barrels are placed. Here you can also add wood buttons to the mangrove logs for some additional detailing. You can also spruce this up however you want, but I decided to keep it a little simple as this could be an easy starter home for most people. You'll also want to add some mangrove trap doors to the top where the barrels are. You can leave the barrels free floating. The design does not look bad by itself, but I wanted to give it a little bit more of a layered effect with those mangrove trap doors. So use whatever you want, but in this tutorial, I kept it with the theme, kept those red colors, left it as is. Lastly, you'll want to build the front porch area using jungle stairs and simply stack it to its center point in a triangular format. Fill in the gaps and you are pretty much done with this build. Alright everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that nifty little tutorial, and here is the build in all its glory and everything like that. So I just want to show you a little bit of what the changes that I made on this one, and as you can see right now, I did kind of make a little dock, once again sticking with the swampy, mangrove feel of things. I built this horrible boat. It doesn't even have a sail. I guess you would just like use it as a canoe. I'm obviously not good at boats, but this one looks like it floats on the water, so that's all that matters. So pretty much let me go over a little bit of the details here. I want to show you some of the changes I made just to add a little bit more of an aesthetically pleasing build here. So right off the bat, we have this cobbled deep slate right here just to kind of add a little bit of a wall. We of course added some barrels and some composters, nothing major there, but you can put a small wheat area here. You can make it like a small flower bed, whatever you'd like to do to really add some details. I also added this upside down spruce stair with these spruce trap doors to have a lantern hanging, and this is what I was talking about with the roof. So you can take a variation of blocks and just kind of slap them in there, and it just adds a little bit of texture and like a variance to the roof, so it's not so basic. You don't have to overdo it. Just a block every now and again works wonders. Now, another small thing that I did was just add a little bit better gradients. So once again, using mud brick, packed mud, and granite blocks, we were able to make this area just look a lot better. I also added some grass and some trap doors at the base here to add a little bit more of a woody type feel, make it look a little bit more in tune with nature. And then last but not least, I just simply added a fence right there. But this is essentially the build, so I just kind of wanted to let you see all of it. And we added 2 lanterns on the back side here, but that is pretty much that. So yeah, I did not do an interior. The interior is empty, but as you can see, it's a very large interior. There's a lot of room to work with, and then you also have this whole back room area. You could put another portal back here. You could put your chest back here if you don't want it cluttering up your main room, and obviously you could put like a stair along the wall, and it would just really make it shine. So I might do an interior for it another day, but I'm not very good with vanilla interiors. So that's pretty much that. That is the video. This is the house, and I really like the way that it came out. So just like always, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. This one was kind of made on the fly. If you have any questions, always hit me up, ask me. I'll be more than happy to help. But if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see next, be sure to let me know in the comments below. This is, of course, the Legendary Porpoise signing off. I hope all of you have a good day and happy gaming.